I just can't help nibbling at them. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now in the past I've done lino printing and I've done gel plate printing, which I actually really enjoyed, especially gel plate printing. I thought that was amazing. So today I thought I would try my hand at screen printing. Couldn't remember what I was doing. And I think I did screen printing once back in my college days, which was many years ago. So I can't really remember how to do it. So I definitely need a refresher. And hopefully this little kit that I've bought is going to do exactly that. Okay, so this is the little kit that I bought. And it's called Marabou Textile Screen Printing Set for £16.99. And I decided to go for a cheaper kit, mainly because I'm skint. After Christmas and double December uploads and stuff, my bank balance is looking very dire. Because some of the screen printing kits that you can buy are about 70 quid. So I'm hoping, even though it's a cheaper kit, it's still going to be pretty good, or at least acceptable. But it also looks like a beginner-friendly screen printing kit for someone who just kind of wants to try it out and get the hang of it and stuff. Like, it's got some easy to follow pictures there, which look pretty straightforward. With this kit, you can create unlimited design possibilities of fabric screen printing. Textile print is especially developed for relief and screen printing onto textiles. Printing of textile fabric is complex because it requires special paints and forms of treatment. Alright, and apparently it contains a bottle of the textile printing ink, a screen, a squeegee, a painting knife, and a how-to brochure, which is always needed. So to see if this is any good, we should obviously look at some reviews. So overall it's got 4.2 out of 5 from 188 ratings, which is really good. However, Laura said that it needs a bigger scraper and she only gave it 3 stars. Jet Hands gave it 2 stars and said nice product yet overpriced. The screen is small and the squeegee would be better if larger. Due to its size, it can be rather fiddly. It would be nice if the kit also included a template and some blank ones too. I don't know, like, overpriced. It was the cheapest kit I could find on Amazon. All the others were really expensive. I haven't tried it yet, but I have a feeling Jet Hands, it's just a little bit picky. Christine gave it 1 star, said poor value. Mrs. A.S. Goodwin said 3 stars, not very entertaining. She's not entertained at all. Oh, I couldn't get on with this set when I bought it, so it ended up in the bin quite quickly. It was quite frankly a waste of time and money. So British, I love it. I like it when British people complain, because it's just so like, ooh-do-do-do-do. Alright, well I think we should open it up and find out for ourselves. See if we'll be more entertained than Mrs. A.S. Goodwin was. Ooh-do-do-do-do. Okay, so this is how the little kit came, and I think it looks well presented. It looks quite nice, from the outside anyway. I want to know where this is from because it's got like a different language on. I feel like it's German. Oh, it is, it's German. Ah, I know my languages, don't I? Okay, let's open this up, see what it's like. Okay, so we've got our little instruction booklet there, our printing screen, then we have a spatula which is made out of plastic, some textile paint in black, and a little squeegee thing. Alright, well, seems very plain, doesn't it? You don't actually get a lot in here. I'm assuming it's a very basic kit, and again, it wasn't expensive, so I don't know what I'm expecting. Right, let me just read these instructions so I know what I'm doing. Okay, so after reading that, one thing I've forgotten to do, or I guess didn't realise that I needed, was a stencil to use for printing. So like an image or something. I don't know why I didn't even think of that. So I'm going to have to quickly go on the computer and figure something out, and then we can actually start screen printing. But it looks very simple, it looks quite easy. I feel like I know what I'm doing. I'm assuming paper would be fine for a stencil. I don't think you need any specific materials. It didn't say so in the instruction booklet, so we'll see how this goes. Could end up going wrong though. Alright, I'll get some printouts. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I've got my images that are going to act as my stencil, and I haven't been particularly creative. I've just pinched some random images offline. So I've got a pineapple, a mustache, and a pentagram. And obviously with this kit, you'll have to remember that there's certain things you need to screen print that aren't included in this kit. So you'll obviously need a cutting knife, you'll need images to act as a stencil, you'll also need some sort of cutting mat or protector for your table, and you'll also need some fabric to print on. None of them things are in this kit, but obviously if they were, the kit would be way more money than what it is. Right, so I just need to cut these out, I guess. I'm going to use a pair of scissors. Oh wait, I can't use a pair of scissors. Or can I use a pair of scissors? So I'm doing like negative and positive. No, I can't use a pair of scissors. That wouldn't work. It needs to be cut out like this. Which is a pain in the ass. Right, okay, that'll be the mustache stencil. Obviously, if you couldn't be bothered to make your own stencils, you can buy them online. It's just I forgot all about this part, so I'm having to just quickly think off my feet. Think off my feet doesn't make any sense either, does it? That's not the right term, but that's what I said.
I said what I said.
Right, let's try this pentagram. Oh, I would highly recommend just buying some stencils. This is such a pain in the ass. And I've got this one to do, and this one's even harder. Alright, come on, pineapple. Let's be having ya. Okay, so all my stencils are finally cut out. That pineapple one took me forever. It took so long. I wish I'd done this step before I'd even opened the kit. But never mind, I've got my stencils now. So I decided I'm going to screen print on a tote and 2 t-shirts. So for my tote, I want a mustache. So you have to stick your stencil onto the flat side of this screen, just using tape. And I'm going to have an issue when it comes to printing because my stencil doesn't go all the way to the ends. So I have to make sure not to put ink there because otherwise that'll transfer onto the fabric. So it was quite hard to print out exactly the same size as the frame. So you have to go all the way around the edges. I'm not going to lie, this is a lot of effort to get a little print. I suppose actually if your stencil's too small, you could just cover all the area with masking tape. I'm a genius. Okay, so my stencil's fully prepared. So next up you want to put this flat side down onto the fabric, and then obviously we can see our stencil there. Oh, that looks good. And then we're opening up this textile paint. I need my little spatula, and then I just put ink onto here. I feel very nervous about this. And then I think I just squeegee it down now. It says on here though that I have to pull it over here gently and make sure the screen is flooded, and then I have to apply pressure. I don't understand why can't I just apply pressure as I'm doing it? I'll just flood it and see what happens. So just gently flood this. Okay, and then just put pressure on. And that should have worked. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? A little moustache bag. Oh, I'm into that. It hasn't printed very well on that side there, though. I don't know why. I can't double it, can I? Can I? No, I shouldn't, should I? Should I? I wonder why I did that for. Should I just paint a bit on? This wasn't in the instructions, so I don't know whether you're supposed to do this, but I'm going to. It just looked a bit faint on that little edge there. That'll just be our secret, don't tell anyone, okay? Alright, so I'll put that to one side to dry. Now we move on to the t-shirts. Now it does say you have to use it on cotton fabric, and I don't feel like this is cotton. This is 100% polyester. Will it work? The best results are achieved on 100% cotton, but it doesn't say that it doesn't work on polyester. So we'll see. If it doesn't work on this polyester material, then you know not to do this. Now we need to do basically exactly the same thing I did last time with the other stencils. So I'll take this one off. I don't need this anymore, so I can just throw it away. I suppose I'll have to wash this, won't I? Yeah, because I can't reuse that, can I? Right, I'll wash this, and then we'll move on to the other one. Okay, so I'm back from washing that, and it's still got a bit of an imprint on, but it's not wet. I don't think it'll transfer over, so I don't think it matters. It's the best way I could clean it. I couldn't get it any cleaner than that. So, prepare the stencil and do it again. We'll go for the pineapple. Okay, stencil's prepared. Where do I want my pineapple? I think quite like centered between your tits. I think that would look nice. Okay, and do the same thing again. Alright, let's see if this has worked. I love that. Oh, that's so cool. Again, it's faded a little bit there, so I'm just going to cheat with my paintbrush. Again, don't tell anyone. Don't know why it keeps doing this in certain parts. Oh, I really like that design. Oh, I really hope this works on this fabric. I'll be absolutely gutted if this just all washes off, because I really like that. Okay, I'll put that one to one side, clean everything up, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so I've got my pentagram stencil all sorted, and I think I'm going to go for my left boob for this one. Also, you might notice a bit of red on the stencil. It's because I'm bleeding. I keep bleeding everywhere. Because I'm terrible for like biting the skin off my fingers. It sounds really weird and gross, but my nails and the skin of my fingers, I just can't help nibbling at them. Right, and do exactly the same we did last time. I feel like I'm getting the hang of this now. I'll be a screen printing expert in no time. Alright, let's see how this one's turned out. Come on. So good. Oh, I'm so obsessed with this technique, you know. I can so understand why people do screen printing. It's great. Okay, so the next step for this is to leave all the designs to fully dry. Then I need to wash each bit of clothing inside out, and then hopefully the designs should have stayed. I'm a little bit worried about the t-shirts because obviously the polyester. The canvas tote bag, there should be absolutely no issues with that one. But as it stands at the moment, I'm really into this kit. I think it's been really fun. But I'll do all them next steps off camera, and I'll meet you back here here once these are fully washed and dried, and we'll see what they look like. Well, I'm back with my finished designs, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a sad day. It's a very, very sad day. I'm very upset with myself. So obviously it hasn't gone well. So here's my tote bag, which from far away, you might be thinking, oh, it looks fine. But up close, all the ink's kind of ran off, and it's all kind of smeared on the back as well. And if you look really close up, you can see that some of the ink has actually come off the bag. But this isn't even the worst one. The t-shirts, the designs have actually printed onto it, and they've printed on quite well, and they've stayed on. And from far away, it looks great. It looks absolutely lovely. But up close, all the black textile ink has just kind of spread all over the t-shirt and just made it look really messy. And it looks even worse for the pentagram one. The pentagram one looks terrible. So I'm incredibly pissed off, and I thought maybe this kit was just a bit shit and I needed someone to blame. I really needed someone to blame. So I went back to the instruction booklet, which I did read and I read thoroughly. However, I missed this giant red box in one of the corners that says, after drying, fix the fabric in the oven 8 minutes, 150 degrees, or iron without steam for 3 minutes. After fixing, the fabric is washable up to 40 degrees. How did I miss that? It's this one here. It's massive. How did I not even see that? I'm so angry because I even read the book. I think I read the book twice and I still missed it. So the only person I have to blame is myself. I'm proper gutted as well because I love them designs. And if the ink hadn't spread all over the place, I would have 100% worn those t-shirts. I'm more annoyed that it's my fault. So I'm going to take that into account with my final review. And I'm actually going to give this screen printing kit 4 pineapples out of 5 because I thought it was a really simple, really easy kit. But if you decide to buy it yourself, just please don't make the same mistakes that I did. Otherwise you'll be left very disappointed. But hopefully this video has been almost a teachable lesson in what not to do. All the steps that I did beforehand were right, up until the fact that I was supposed to set the ink. That's the only thing I missed, and it was probably one of the most important parts that I missed. But if you enjoyed today's video, even though there was a slight hiccup, then make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, let me know if anyone has any suggestions to kind of get all this like black off the t-shirt, these black marks, because if I can get that out, I'll wear this t-shirt. I don't want to call it a complete fail. Do you think bleach would work? Someone out there will have more experience in this than I do, so please let me know because I would love to salvage at least the t-shirts. I'm not too asked about the tote bag because I don't use tote bags, but I do want to wear my t-shirts. But anyway, I'll see you next week for a brand new video. Hopefully it'll be just slightly more successful than this one's been.